Last year, Little Book 6 got some terrible reviews. And Little Book 7 is out. And we're going to find out, did they redeem themselves? And if you want to find out about it, then stick around. All right, Aaron, this episode is brought to you by Goody Goody Liquor. Former employer of yours, actually.
Been a long time.
Been a long time.
Yeah, I used to be a wine manager.
Used to be a wine manager there.
Back in the day.
Goody Goody's a Texas-based neighborhood liquor store that has all your beverage needs covered. They've got your favorite everyday whiskey, single barrels. They occasionally have allocated items, plus thousands more items for you to discover. They have an enormous selection of spirits outside of bourbon.
Oh, yeah.
Wines from all over the world at all price points, beer for every palate, and all the ingredients you need to make that crazy cocktail that you've been thinking of trying. So pick up your go-tos or discover your new favorites with help from their knowledgeable staff. Goody Goody has many convenient locations, and their size allows them to pass on some of the savings to you. So on average, you're going to pay less when you shop at Goody Goody. And ask to become a Bottle Club member because they have exclusive access to allocated items and discounts on everyday purchases. So visit your local Goody Goody store or go to goodygoody.com today.
Goody Goody.
Paying the bills.
All
okay.
right.
All right. So now, let's tell a little story about Little Book. So Little Book is a specialty project of Freddie. Freddie
Noe.
The grandson, right?
That's right.
And so basically the idea, you've got the Noe family. They're the distilling family for the Beams. Freddie, the grandson, is now moving into a more active role in the business. And they allowed him to do this blending project that we all know and love as Little Book. The distillery is Jim Beam. The SKU is Little Book. And this one's an interesting one. Can you tell them what age the whiskeys are?
So we've got 18-year-old straight bourbon, 17-year-old straight bourbon,
okay,
10-year-old straight rye, 9-year-old straight bourbon, a 5-year-old straight bourbon, aged finished in apple.
That one's a malt. It's a straight malt.
Malt.
Yeah.
I'm doing this from memory. Come on, cut me some.
No, that's a good job.
And then a 4-year straight bourbon and a 4-year straight rye. So I guess technically this is a 4-year-old, but we've got some goodies in there too.
Yeah, and because of the mixtures of the bourbons and the ryes and the malt whiskeys, it is probably just in the general whiskey category.
Yeah, I mean, on the label it just says blended straight whiskeys.
Right. So proof is 118.1. SRP is $124.99, so not a cheap bottle.
No.
And it is a 750 ml bottle. And what do you say that we taste these bad boys up? So
let's do it.
What's the setup? So we've got the latest release.
So we've got 23, so this is Little Book 7. We do not have 6.
The one that...
Because I think after
the bad press.
After, for me, I
for
decided, well, A, I never saw it, and B, I certainly didn't seek it out. And then what do we got over there?
So over here, this is 2020, number 4. Yep. Over here, this is 2018, number 2, and this is 2017, which is release number 1.
Okay, the first one.
The first one. So let's smell them and rank them up. So give me some tasting notes on number 7.
So,
there's something different.
Well, it's classic Beam to me.
Yeah, but there's something on the palate that's like just funky. And maybe that's, classic Beam poking through. But there's something funky.
I mean, I can definitely get a little bit of that oak age that's in there. I mean, they don't disclose to us
what the percentages
are. So, is this power of persuasion when I...
Right, there might be one drop
and they can list it,
Yeah.
But I feel like...
and I feel like if they don't tell you the percentages, it's because it's a percentage that they know that you wouldn't be happy with.
Yeah. So I get like a lot more like cinnamon on a 2020 that I don't pick up on the new release. I get a lot of, so, I don't know, this is from my wine days, but I nose with my mouth open.
Okay.
A lot of times because it just kind of lets a little bit more flow through, and I get a tea aspect to it. So I don't know.
Maybe that's what I'm tasting.
Like on the nose, it's like a black tea.
I was getting something herbal, and so it's got to be that tea note.
Yeah. Again, like if you open up your mouth and taste it, or not taste it, but smell it, I get a lot of like, you know, I drink a lot of black tea, unsweet.
Okay.
You know, if I go to Chick-fil-A and get breakfast, I get an unsweetened tea.
I was getting an herb and I just couldn't put my finger on it, but it's probably
maybe that's
the
what
tea.
it is. And I get a little bit of oak age on it. It's a little bit more. Again, it's more muted in flavor than the 20. It's now going back to them. I don't want to copy you, but I kind of feel like I'm here.
You're even on these.
Yeah, they're different because I love that tea quality, and I do like the cinnamon. I mean, this is just, to me, red hots.
Yeah. So if I was gonna rank these, Little Book 1 is by far and away
hands down.
Which
best. We don't know the makeup of anything in that. I don't believe, unless it's online. But as far as where we're at,
Yeah, it's not on the tag like the others. I know that the information's out there, but Little Book 1 crushes all of this.
And I think it may also be the highest proof.
Yeah, and then Little Book 2, with all of the older Canadian rye whiskey, it just falls flat.
Yeah, I get like
it's definitely behind the new release, number 7.
There's like a fingernail polish remover.
Yeah. There's a little bit too much of something that doesn't taste like whiskey in there.
No.
For me, 2020 beats 2023. For me, because there's a whole lot more vanilla that balances out the ethanol and the heat. And I'm not as large of a fan of whatever that herbal note is that he likes. So I would rank 2020 over 2023.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting. I mean they are completely different whiskeys.
Right.
I mean
and that's an interesting point, right? Because if you were going to ask us like, did they redeem themselves? It's like, well, they don't need to.
I don't know. Yeah,
because that's not the purpose of this brand.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. I mean, this is just a completely, it even says on the label, it's an experimental. It's just an honor to his granddaddy because they like to create unique blends and share them with the world.
Right.
And so they definitely have done that, and they've accomplished what they want to do. And
all right, so how would you rate the 2023 on a 100-point scale?
I'd probably be at like 80. Can I do 86 and a half? Can I do that?
Sure, yeah. It's your score. You can do it. 86 and a half is what it is.
86.453.
Okay, all right. That's pretty specific. I feel like needs to be an explanation. I'm a little lower than that. I'm probably going to be at about 81.
Okay.
And so I would say from like an enjoyment of a tasting experience, there are like readily available, shelf available, less than $20 products.
So let me be clear.
That I would be as happy drinking as
100%. And so there's I guess I don't know if I call it a bias or not, but it is a special bottle,
right?
And it is something that a lot of people are probably gonna to seek out. And so I am taking that into consideration as well.
Sure. If I were just rating it strictly on the enjoyment of taste, I would rate it pretty low. I'm probably at like an 81.
Okay.
Yeah. And
so you want to drink Wild Turkey 101 over this?
Not over it, but like if you walked up,
ordered it at a bar and they're like, "Oh, we're sorry, we're out, but we have Turkey 101."
I'd be just as happy drinking it.
Fine.
Yeah. So for me, I'm a pass at $124.99. Are you a buy or a pass at $124.99?
I would, if you could try it. And I would check it out first if it's at a bar. But here's the problem: that's not going to happen.
Right.
So if you see it at retail, I would buy it. And I think that if you did not like it and you weren't happy with it, there's probably enough people out there on secondary that will buy open bottles. Maybe you could get away with getting rid of it, at least for what you paid for it. I think that would definitely happen. But yeah, I mean, I would buy it if I found. I mean, that's the thing though. I buy Booker's every single time I see it, and I'm disappointed 60% of the time lately.
Okay.
You know, but I still enjoy it.
Right.
You know, am I wanting to pay? It's again, what's Booker's running now? 100?
It's gotten up there. I don't know.
I mean, I think it's 100 the last couple batches that I've found and grabbed, and they've been very hit and miss. So I'd buy one, but yeah, I mean, definitely don't pay secondary.
Don't pay secondary. On Little Book number 7, it's a solid pour. It's decent, but for the price, there's definitely a lot of other things that I would prefer to buy. That's just my honest to goodness truth.
Mm-hmm.
So we thank you guys for tuning in. I think we should do a giveaway.
Oh, for sure.
So what if we do? You can recreate this experience at home.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do 1 ounce, right?
Yeah,
1 ounce of all of these bottles. I'd love to do 2, but this bottle has less than 2 ounces in it.
Yeah, we'll be lucky to squeeze.
You're going to be killing this bottle, whoever gets this giveaway. So we're going to give away a 4-ounce sample pack so that you can have 1, 2, 4, and 7 Little Books at home. And all you need to do is like this video, make sure you're a subscriber, comment below. And if you love us and you want to help us out, then ring the bell so you get notified when we do new stuff. That's not required for the, get the sample pack, but you should. And if you like the video, share it with your friends. And then just go down to the video description and there is a link for you to register and put your name in the giveaway. So get in there. And if you want to support this channel, know that we do have a Patreon. It's called Bourbon Real Talk Plus. We got a lot of great benefits in there. Almost weekly bonus content, tons of free bottle giveaways going on in there, distillery takeovers, a lot of in-person meetups, monthly virtual bottle tours, or bottle shares, and we have merch on our website as well. And we've got some cool stuff. These glasses were custom designed by Lindsay and I. They're designed to drink high-proof spirits, so they're a little more functional than the glass you're probably holding in your hand right now. And we also have bottle carrying bags, sensory kits to develop your palate, and a whole host of other products, so go check that out. But you can also support Aaron and I a different way, and that is we know each other from real estate. And I am a real estate agent. So
decade long
we've been working together. So if you need real estate services in the Dallas or Houston metro areas, I do give away epic bottle closing gifts. I'm known for that.
Yeah.
And Aaron, you are a lender. In what states do you do loans in?
Texas, Oklahoma, Florida, Colorado, and anybody that if you're buying a house in any of those states and you've got a quote from somebody, I work as a broker, and I've got complete control of my pricing. So if you're looking for somebody to maybe shop, reach out to me. I think Randy usually posts my website, my email address as well.
Link for the real estate business and the mortgage company will be in the description below. We thank you guys for tuning in, and as always, we love you, and we'll see you next time on Bourbon Real Talk.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, well, this is, I don't want to drink it. It's the so have fun.